£2,000 monthly cash flow from one rent-to-serviced accommodation unit. On this video, I'm going to break down how I've done it, how I've sourced it, how I've managed to market it, and how you can do the same. If you're brand new to the channel, we release new videos every single Wednesday and Saturday like clockwork. So make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, hit the notification bell so you get notifications every single time I drop content, and like the video so more and more people get to see it. Also, if you want to get in touch, you know what to do. Comment below on this video. I check every single day and I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions or open up the discussion based on anything you hear on the channel. So today's video is a really interesting one. It's an actual recent deal of mine, and in the month of July 2021, I've just had a little look. We've cash flowed over £2,000 on one single deal, okay? One deal. That's all it takes to completely transform your life, because most people I speak to, you know, they need about 1,500, 2 grand, maybe 2.5 grand to probably justify moving away from their jobs. So, you know, I'm not like selling a dream or anything like that. I'm not selling anything, but I'm telling you that one deal can make a good amount of money. So on this video, I'm going to be breaking down the figures so you can see exactly how it works. I'm going to take you through how I sourced and secured this rent-to-rent deal, how much I've invested in making it happen, okay? How I've furnished and dressed the property to get these rates that I'm getting here in the Midlands. And last but not least, I'm going to show you how I marketed it, you know, how I managed to get this occupancy, because you're going to see in a minute, my occupancy rates are very, very high. So before we get into it, a little bit of background onto this property. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath place. It's not in the centre of Derby, it's on the outskirts, but it's got some good amenities local to it. It's got a couple supermarkets, it's got a big hospital, it's got amazing transport links to local areas, and it's probably like a 10-minute walk into town. But great thing about this property is it's a bit of a new build. It's a high standard of accommodation. So you're not just getting sort of, you know, your leisure guests, because as you know, I'm not too fussed about them. What you're getting is business guests, corporate guests. You're getting construction guests. You're getting guests where maybe a family have had to relocate to Derby and they, you know, they need somewhere to tie them over. Or maybe, you know, somebody's just moving from one house to another in Derby and there's been a break in the chain and they need somewhere for a few weeks. I'm seeing loads of this at the moment. So I'm constantly focusing on getting high quality properties, because high quality property is power. So let's go through the figures. So whenever I get a brand new unit and I put it online, I like to use penetration pricing. What that means is you start the price quite low until you get the bookings and the reviews in, and then you increase it incrementally until the bookings start to dry up a little bit. That's when you know to rein it in maybe and you're at the right price. So if you've got a serviced accommodation unit and it's getting booked for the rest of the year rapid, you're probably too cheap. Okay? To the same degree, if you're not getting any bookings, then you might want to move your prices just to experiment. And that's something that you need to do. Change your prices every single day. I'm always looking. I'm like, hang on a minute. I feel like I'm getting a few too many bookings on this unit. Let me increase the price. So what I did over the month of July is I started off around the £100 mark and I ended up around 130 to 140 because the bookings were just coming in. But for the purpose of this video, after fees and VAT, it looks like I'm netting around £110 per night on average. As you know, I always add the cleaning fee onto all my rates and put that on the guest, because that way it's easier for me to do my figures. So £110 a night. There was 31 nights in July and I've got a minimum stay of 2 nights. So there was one cheeky day where we didn't fill it. If I would have opened up to 1 night, I might have, but there was one cheeky day which we didn't manage to fill. So it was 30 times £110. So £3,300 in income, okay? That's the money coming in bookings to me. The landlord's rent is only £700 on this unit. As I said, it's only a 2-bed. So I deduct £700 and I'm left with 2,600. And then all my utilities, you know, gas, electric, water, amenities, you know, extra little maintenance bits or whatever. I calculated them at 500 and change. So for argument's sake, let's just round it up to 600. And that's how I derive at this figure, okay? £2,000 net after all expenses of this property. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't really talk about in terms of rent to rent, right, is that you will have the business expenses as well as just the property specific ones. So I've got a team now, you know, I've got business insurance. I'm gonna have expenses in terms of, you know, phones, in terms of virtual offices. You know, you've got other expenses, but in isolation, this deal made £2,000 in 1 month. And August and September are looking like they're going to do the same. On to point number 2. How did I do it? You're probably thinking, yeah, all right, Simon, this sounds a bit too good to be true, but how did you source this property? Well, this one actually sourced me. What I do in my business is I do a range of different type of marketing, and I'm basically saying, look, Mr. or Mrs. Landlord, we'll guarantee your rent. We'll take on all the management and maintenance of the property, and I'm putting that out in different ways. And this came through our phone service. We've got a virtual office. Somebody called up and said, hi, I've heard about your services. It sounds great. I'm a portfolio landlord. You know, I'm actually going to be having a few properties come available. Can you come and have a look? So I went out, had a look, made an offer there and then. I knew the area because I had a property around the corner, and we agreed there and then. Paperwork was done the day after. I got the keys the day after that. Simple as that, okay? So what I want to stress to anybody doing rent to rent at home, don't get me wrong, you can spend your days actively looking on Rightmove and doing this and doing that. But what you want to do is you want to get your marketing strategies up. You know, whether you're doing letter sends, whether you're going to be doing land registers, whether you're going to be doing flyers, whether you're going to be doing posters, whether you're going to be doing boards, whatever it is, get a few different streams in and then let the leads come to you. And it's not going to happen overnight, but over months and months of compounding and people seeing your marketing again and again and again. This gentleman had seen my stuff 6 months ago, took him 6 months to call me. That's how you can get the lead. If you're finding this content useful, make sure you subscribe, like this video, weekly content, 2 times a week. Help me grow this channel. Share this video somewhere. Share it with somebody that wants to get into rent to rent. Okay? So that's how I sourced it. It sourced me through my channels. Point number 3, how much did I spend on it? As I said, this property is relatively new, so I didn't have to do much. I didn't have to do much at all. I did some light painting and decorating, which cost around £500. Okay, I furnished the property fully, which cost £2,500. It's only a 2-bed, so it cost around £3,000 and change. So £3,000. I'm almost breaking even in 1 month. That's it. No new kitchens, no new bathrooms, no crazy stuff. The garden, super low maintenance, really nice property, nothing big to do. I try and get the properties where I don't have to do much work. So £3,000, not bad, eh? Number 4, how exactly have I marketed it? Like, you know, where have I put it to get all these clients? How have I got all these bookings? Well, I just want to add something here, which is really interesting. Typically, I would want a rent-free period to do the painting and decorating and this and that and the other. But because I knew what this property could do, and because I wanted to, you know, start off on the right foot and it was a good price, I just paid from day one. It's fine. I paid from day one. I did the work super quickly. But as soon as I know a deal was likely to happen, I bang it on your platforms, whether that's booking.com, Airbnb, get my channel manager set up. And what I do is I use pictures from another unit that are similar, and I just do a disclaimer at the bottom and say, hey, these are not the exact pictures, Property is going under, renovation at the moment, but it is going to be a similar standard. And then if somebody wants to book, they know what it is, okay? If they've got any questions, I say, look, yeah, this is not the property, but it's going to be the same standard. This is the address, however. This is the price, however. This is the amount of bedrooms, bathrooms, and everything else. And then I'll upload the images. Some people that will put off, they'll be like, I'm not sure. But a lot of people, especially business and corporate guests, they don't care. There's like, that's good enough for them, as long as it's decent. So as soon as I knew this deal was happening, I banged it on my platforms and got it out there. So I was getting bookings coming in before I'd even finished the renovations. And then what I do then, as soon as I got the pictures, I then upload the pictures, take the disclaimer out, and happy days. So I put it on my Airbnb, I put it on booking.com, channel managers, and most importantly, I reached out to all my existing companies. Okay, I'm not reliant on these platforms. In fact, I would rather have my direct bookings from my clients that I know, that I don't have to do due diligence for because I've worked with them before, and get those in. So some of my bookings were existing people that I managed to get into the property. Photography, absolutely key. Don't scrimp and save. Make sure the furniture's decent. Make sure you've got comfy beds. Make sure you've got your comfy linen and towels and stuff and your essentials. And then other than that, it's all good. Ready to roll and systemize. Last but not least, management. So you're like, yeah, all right, you're getting 2K a month, but how long is this taking you? How much time is it taking you? Well, since the first day when this went live, which was probably 2 months ago to the recording of this video, I've not been down to the property again. Okay, I've not been down. But I have actually got a serviced accommodation manager now. I've outsourced that part of it. So to clarify, I've got a team member. I've not outsourced it to another company. I've hired in to run these units. Okay, that's what you can do once you've got a few of these. Key safe at the property. Automatic check-in. We've got guides so that people can find the property. We've also got everything in place so that they know exactly, how to use the bits and bobs into the property. And then once the guest leaves, I follow up, or should I say my team member follows up, gets a review, and then we move forth. And incrementally, every single time I'm increasing the price. At the time, in July, we started off at £110 gross. We're now all the way up at £150 and the bookings keep coming in. So I hope you found this useful. Do me a favor, comment below. Let me know if you've got any questions. If you want to reach out at Simon Smith Online on the Instagram. And remember, whatever you do, don't wait 25 years. Get creative.